It's been a hard day's trades, and I've been working like a dog. But when I get home to coins, I see the rises they make me feel alright. Welcome everybody to a special New Year's Eve special here with me, Suppoman, your superhero of cryptocurrency. In today's video, I am going to be bringing you a number of long-term hold tips. Okay, a number of them. Okay, so stay tuned until the end. I thought that what I would do on this special New Year's Eve special is actually charter what has happened to coins in 2017. I suppose to give you hope, inspiration and encouragement and excitement for 2018, because I am going to show you some meteoric rises that you would have achieved if you held onto coins through the course of 2017, so that it helps you hold coins through the course of 2018. Holding is probably one of the most effective strategies you can do with cryptocurrencies in order to achieve financial prosperity, and I've got some amazing examples to show you. So if you're excited for this New Year's Eve special, where I show you my tips and also the amazing rises of cryptocurrencies throughout 2017, then smash up the likes, give the like a massive smash, don't double smash it because that will then unlike the video, and also make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already. You're seeing today, which typically happens around about a holiday season, is that you are seeing particularly the top cryptocurrencies quite low in value. You can see Bitcoin is in the mid 13,000s, where it was actually 12,000 when I looked earlier this morning. So you are seeing, while some are rising today, they have spectacularly fallen over this holiday season. Alright, so it's not looking particularly brilliant when you look at it like this. However, let's have a look and see how the market has actually matured across the course of the year. It may be New Year's Day where you are, so wherever you are, I hope you're enjoying it. I personally have got some champers in this glass, so I like to get started early. Also, I don't have any party poppers or anything, so I'm going to have to use a Christmas cracker. So here we go, bang. Let's see what is in here. A photo frame for my lovely face. So, let's have a look and see what's happened over the course of the year. So if we charter back to today, last year, we had a market cap of 17 billion. Can you believe that? 17 billion. And then over the course of the year, I think that what we saw is we saw a lack of commercial appeal in cryptocurrency at this point. People were just starting to get into it. You can see that over March, people were gradually going into it. The market cap was going up very, very gradually. You know, from the point at the beginning where it was 17 billion, in 4 months, it had only gone up kind of 10 billion in that whole time. And then we moved towards May time. And in May time was where we started to see it really ballooning. This is when people were starting to get into cryptocurrency, you know, by the bucket load. And then we saw it essentially go up times 3 to 54 billion. Okay, and this is where a lot of people thought the bubble is a bubble, bubble's going to burst and all that kind of thing. But it didn't. It kept on going, it kept on going, it kept on going. Went over 100 billion. And then there was a correction. People couldn't deal with the prices going up so dramatically as they did in June. In June was probably one of the biggest boom periods. June was a lot like December, where a lot of people came into the market only just hearing about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and they were pushing up the prices of everything. Stratus went from like $1 to $11, and then all of a sudden, yeah, there was a big pullback, massive pullback. And this coincided with the Bitcoin fork where Bitcoin Cash was going to be created, and it just slumped right down in mid-July. And then it got bought back up. And mainly it was Bitcoin that was bringing everything up because everybody was buying Bitcoin and it absolutely spiked. And then it went up really well, and we were seeing almost an unstoppable rise. And then all of a sudden the China FUD happened, and it sent cryptocurrency into this massive slump period that took ages to recover from. And it took until November to actually recover. And then in November, it went up to 200 billion, 300 billion, 400 billion, 500 billion, 600 billion. It was amazing. It was absolutely phenomenal. So what I'm going to show you now is I'm going to show you really what has happened to a range of different cryptocurrencies over the course of this. Crap, press the wrong button. Let's just have a look and make sure you can hear me, okay? I don't want to be lost in translation. Yes, you can hear me. Fine. Okay. So, what I'm going to firstly look at is what would have happened if you held on to the major cryptocurrencies, the ones that were kind of in the top 10 last year, top 10, top 20. Let me show you some of the major rises that have happened, and also what you would have gained from them during the course of 2017 if you held. So I'm going to show you the price as of December the 31st, 2016 versus the price versus the highest price the cryptocurrency achieved in December, around about December. So, starting with number 5, actually Bitcoin has one of the lowest rises. Okay, now this is basically where a lot of what I have been telling people about altcoins versus Bitcoin comes from. Okay, now Bitcoin is, as I've always called it, like a super savings account. And what I mean by that is that and if you can't see that, that is a gain of 21 times. Okay, so what I mean by it being Bitcoin being a super savings account is that it's always going up. The trajectory is always up. However, because it is so expensive already, the volatility is much lower than it is with some of the altcoins. And I'm going to show you that, and that is proved here because Bitcoin is number 5 top riser. It was on this time last year, $952. And then the highest it achieved earlier this month was $20,089. So that's a gain of 21 times. So if you bought Bitcoin this time last year, you'd have made 21 times your investment. If you put 1,000 in, that would have turned into 20,000. 21,000. Then we've got Litecoin. Now Litecoin has made a meteoric rise since last year. So this time last year it was $4.30. Can you believe that? $4.30. And over the course of 2017, it rose to 373 at its peak. This is arguably the time that Charlie Lee sold his Litecoin. And oddly enough, since then, it has gone right down. Now, whether he sold it or not, it doesn't really matter, I suppose. But there was a lack of confidence in Litecoin the moment he did that. He is essentially Litecoin's massive evangelist. Okay, he's the founder of it, and him dropping his coins caused a little bit of a fall in confidence. But this was still an 86 times gain over the course of 2017. 86. So 1,000 in Litecoin would have turned into 86,000. Okay, so that just gives you an indication of what holding would have done to your bank balance if you just put 1,000 in this time last year. And number 3, we've got Ethereum. So Ethereum was $8 this time last year. And as you can see, it has achieved an all-time high this month of $880, which is a gain of 110. So if you put 1,000 in, that would have turned into 110,000. Amazing, isn't it? So it was $8 back then, and it hadn't really moved. It was in the single figures for what seemed like an absolute age. Then it had an innovation. There was a massive confidence in what Ethereum was, and it was on Coinbase, and then people just started buying it up. To a point it's now made 110 times gain. Dash, though, is one of the biggest, is one of the hardest for me to look at personally. I was going to buy Dash, I think, a couple of weeks ago last year. Okay, so I was going to buy Dash. It was around about 9th of December. I pretty much remember it exactly. I was going to buy Dash. I think it was about $9.81 or something. And I was going to buy a Dash Masternode because I'm mates with Jerry Banfield, who bought a Dash Masternode at that time, and he was suggesting to me to buy it, and I didn't. And I was going to buy a Masternode, and I didn't. And frankly, I think it was because I didn't have a lot of money at that point. But anyway, so I was going to buy it, and I didn't. Dash was $11 this time last year, and the highest it achieved, which was very, very recent, is $1,619. If you sold at that point, that would have been a massive gain of 147 times. So if you had have bought it at the time I was going to buy it, that would have turned your $1,000 into $147,000. If you were going to spend $10,000 like I was going to, that would now be 1.5 million. 1.47 million. It kills me. But that is just what you get from holding and not giving in to the bubble effect, where people think, oh, it's going to go down. And then at number 1, Ripple. Wow. Ripple. Look at this. This time last year, it was at 0.06 of 1 cent this time last year. And it has made probably one of the most gargantuan rises in history over the course of 1 year to $2.84 at its peak literally a few days ago. Okay, now Ripple is really the cryptocurrency, the purest cryptocurrency traders' worst enemy. Ripple is essentially a lot like dollars, okay, in the sense that there is just so much supply being created as well. And the thing is with Ripple is that it's a centralized tool. But if you take that out, look at the rise, 473 times. So one measly $1,000 would now be worth $473,000. And this is one of the major ones. This was a major one this time last year as well. I got into Ripple when it was 2 cents. This was my first trade in cryptocurrency. This is my best, one of my best trades. I bought it at 2 cents and it went up to 44, I can't remember, 44 cents I think. And then I sold it and then it tanked right down back to 10 cents and then I bought in again and then sold out at 85 cents, which now I look at it, it was a massive mistake. But look at this. This is holding power. This is what happens when you hold. Now I'm going to be looking at the alts, okay? The smaller alts, the ones that weren't really well known this time last year, okay? These are kind of like the ICOs of now. These are like the really new cryptocurrencies, the ethoses, the power ledgers, the substratums. These were ones that were really minor this time last year. And look at what's happened, right? And this is, I hope, going to be one of the more inspiring parts, because this, I hope will show you what will happen if you have bought in really low with these new cryptocurrencies. I'm personally not a fan of getting into like the Populuses, the kind of double figure cryptocurrencies if you're looking for the long hold. It's typically too late if you're getting in at double figures because the multipliers come when you buy them at cents. Looking at like OneChain, the people who bought in at OneChain at 35 cents, they are going to be so rich. If you were one of them, I'm jealous of you. I haven't got any OneChain and I'm looking to get that as soon as it hits the exchange, and God knows when that will be. So let's have a look and see what has risen in 2017. Steam. This is one of the lowest ones. Okay, so Steam was 17 cents this time last year. And over the course of 2017, it has had a very topsy-turvy time. Even a month and a half ago, this was at $1, and this had been at $1 for ages. But it then grew up to $4.16 at its peak. So from 17 cents to $4.16, that is a gain of 24 times. So this looks very minor, doesn't it? Now, I was showing you a bunch of tips yesterday, my top 5 cryptocurrencies for 2018, and some of them may have looked like it was beyond comprehension to achieve times 25, times 30, times 50, times 100, like I predict for OneChain. But looking at this slide, I hope will show you how it's completely achievable, if not modest, okay? So 24 times, this is at the lower end of the scale, and this is similar to my number 5 pick yesterday where I said it was going to go times 22, and people are saying in the community, I don't believe it. But this shows you, even with something like Steam, which doesn't solve the same pain as Ethos, this went up by 24 times, so I think it's absolutely achievable. At number 4, we've got Lisk. Lisk I bought at 90 cents. Lisk this time last year was 14 cents. And the high it has achieved very recently is $27.38. That is a gain of 195 times. And this is 4th. You know, 195 times your investment essentially would turn 1,000 into 200,000 essentially. And this is fourth place. Okay, so look what else I'm going to show you. But this just goes to show, if you identify a really good cryptocurrency in the early stages, like the likes of Power Ledger, like the likes of Substratum, like the likes of my secret ICO, if you buy them really, really early, you can just hold it and you can make them massive multipliers, which people who got in early with Lisk did. And people who bought in at 14 cents are probably thinking this is expensive because this was 2 cents before. But this just goes to show that what matters is the future, not what happened in the past. So 195 times. And number 3, one of my favourites, Stratis. Stratis was this time last year 7 cents. This time last year. 7 cents. Can you believe that? And it has since gone on to being $16.42. In fact, it's still retaining a lot of the value it achieved at its all-time high. So the gain on this would be 235 times. So $1,000 in Stratis this time last year would have made you $235,000. 10,000 would make it $2.3 million. So just to show you really that over the course of the year, look at what can be achieved in cryptocurrency. And Stratis isn't even one of the sexier ones, okay? Yet you could have made $235,000 from a $1,000 investment. That just shows you. And in 2018, cryptocurrencies could be so much bigger. Number 2, Neo. This is one of the sexier ones, okay? So this was Ant Shares a year ago, and it was 14 cents a year ago. And since then, it has gone on to be $82.10. So this just shows you the mega rise that could come if you buy something really, really cheap that you identify as having good long-term potential. And, you know, people who bought Ant Shares a year ago at 14 cents are probably thinking, oh, you know, if this achieves $4, I'm going to be so happy and I'm going to sell. And look what would have happened if they just held on for an entire year. 14 cents would have turned $82. Absolutely beyond comprehension. One measly $1,000 back then would have turned into over $500,000, nearly $600,000 from $1,000. Amazing. Now, you're probably not going to guess the number 1 rise in top alts. In fact, there have been more rise if you look down the minor coins, but I'm looking at like quality ones here. Number 1 is No Limit Coin. A year ago, it was at 0.0002 of a dollar. Okay, now this at that time you could have identified is going to be the most unique fantasy sports cryptocurrency around. It was so early, but it was around. And if you did your research, you would have seen what it is and seen it was unique. Okay, and you would have been able to buy it at a stupidly low price. It has since gone on to be 58 cents. That is a gain of 2,900. Okay, so that would have turned 1,000 into essentially 3 million. 1,000 into 3 million, peeps. This is not only showing the amazing power of cryptocurrency and the amazing volatility of cryptocurrency, but also the value of long-term holding. There's no way you would have been able to, you know, be able to make this on most of the cryptocurrencies, most of the best cryptocurrencies. You had to identify this early, which is why now the likes of, you know, me, Crypto Daily, Box Mining, Data Dash, Crypto Lark. Are there any other good ones? I'm sure there are. I think Keith Waring is his name. I think he's all right. So if us guys are around now to tell you about all these opportunities, now you may look at them and you may think SH coin. Okay, you may think shitcoin, rubbish, pile of crap, not going to do anything. But listen, okay, if somebody has identified something at a short, you know, in its really early stages, like No Limit Coin, then what's bad about putting a $1,000 punt on it? Because such a thing could turn into 2.9 million. If you've got something unique, if you've got something, No Limit Coin satisfies it. I did a review of No Limit Coin. It was like 4 stars out of 5, and it was virtually the same this time last year. It's still purported to be the same thing, still had the same supply. So essentially, you know, you can see that just by being identified early means you could have made an enormous money off these rises. So this is key to doing your research and watching, people like us talking about these cryptocurrencies. So peeps, now we come on to the creme de la creme. 1900 people watching. Happy New Year's to you if you are in 2018. I'm not yet. There's still another, 8 hours till I am. So, champers at the ready. Ah, so nice. Right. This is it, peeps. This is it. What are the top tips, then, that I've got? Now, I've already given you tons of tips. Tons of them. I mean, you can look through all of my videos. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just basically show you what are going to... I've already given you my top 5 cryptocurrencies for 2018. Okay, these are the ones that I think are going to be big multipliers. If you haven't watched that video, make sure you watch that video. It was there yesterday. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the cryptocurrencies that I believe if you bought today, if you just... And you don't have to get all of them. You can literally get a few. This isn't financial advice, this is just literally showing you what you can research today and what you could potentially put your money in if you like the sound of it. I don't like being artificial. I don't like when people say, oh, you should get this, and I won't just get it. Because even if I trust them, even though some of my whale mates, they read the market really well, I won't just go into it. I will research it and make sure I like it first, can see the potential, and then I invest in it. And that's what I would recommend that you do. Make sure you research these. Make sure that you see the potential too. Don't just go for it because I say to go for it. But this certainly is the list of cryptocurrencies that I'm investing in and have invested in. And I will only talk about, to be honest, invest in cryptocurrencies I think have long-term opportunity anyway. So, let's get down to it. So, these are the ones: Power Ledger, Ethos, OneChain, QuantStamp, EOS, Utrust, My Secret ICO, Salpay, Suppoman, coming very soon, and it's going to be a privacy masternode coin, Cardano, OMG, Icon, Verge, VeChain, Vice, Walton, Binance, 10x, Centra, Raiden, and question mark. What does question mark mean? Question mark essentially means that be on the lookout in 2018 for ICOs that essentially solve a great pain point, are unique, have token rewards that enable holders, and essentially have the long-term potential that most of these had when they were ICOs. A lot of these ICOs I got involved in and told you I was getting involved in them. And as a result, I was able to get in at low prices, like with EOS, like with Utrust, like with Power Ledger, like with Ethos, and a few others that I got in really early. And over the course of 2018, the best cryptocurrency may not have even been created yet. The best riser may not have been created yet. It might be completely under your nose, and this is where you've got to do the work. Okay, so really what I would recommend for you to do is I would recommend, and people go, oh, Suppoman, you're shilling your coins and crap, idiots like that, is get this course, and any of my courses really. Ones that if you want to do trading will help you. Ones that if you want to do ICO investing will help you. This course will help you find the ICOs, and I use these skills to identify a secret ICO that you can only find out in this course. You will use those skills to identify these ICOs very, very early, because ICOs, I think, is what 2018 is really going to be exciting for. You're going to see the cryptocurrencies I've just shown you, they are going to rise without a doubt. Some of them are going to rise better than others, but ICOs are going to be the best way to make multipliers next year. And this course will help you identify the ones that will make you savage gains. I think you've just got to be very careful about what you put your money in. I've been very, very blatant about the things that I personally like, because I don't want to get burnt. I don't want you to get burnt. And I recommend coins to you as if I would recommend them to my own family. Okay, so if a best friend said to me, Michael, it's my name, Michael, what should I invest in? I'm very careful because I don't want to tell them to invest in something crap. So I wouldn't say FLend, even though lots of people have said, lending cryptocurrencies like Feecoin, FLend, BitConnect, FConnect, all these other lending coins, I couldn't personally tell them. Even though they could make gains, I don't want them to one day go to a website and see it's not there. So you know what I kind of like, and I try and basically practice what I preach. I don't personally invest in them. I have invested, the only one I've ever invested in is BitConnect. And that's really for experimental purposes, okay? And it's an okay experiment, but I find I get better gains from long-term holding. So, get this course if you're interested in essentially benefiting from ICOs. So, let me just take a few questions, because I may as well. It's New Year's, it's time for giving. Champers. Make sure you have some champers, peeps. Now, Rayblocks. Somebody said Rayblocks. Would I recommend Rayblocks? Why isn't it in the list? The reason it's not in the list is because it's already gone. It's already it was under the radar for ages as it was. Okay, so the fact of the matter is that it's now spiked and it's gone into being one of those double-figure coins that I'm kind of against. Now, I like that because it's got a very low supply, so therefore it was able to absolutely go for it. This I can see being a 3-figure coin, simply because of the it's a lot like IOTA in a way. It's a lot like IOTA, sold similar pains to IOTA, but it's already had the spike. It's already gone from 23 cents at the beginning of this month to nearly $21. So it's already had nearly 100 times gain. So therefore it's just not worth it. Quantstamp, Vibe Hub, OMG, Tron predictions. So a lot of people say, Suppoman, why do you have such a problem with Tronics? Okay, because, you know, I made a mistake the other day. His name isn't Jack Ma, it's Justin Sun. I did know that. I just got it was the article. There was an article he is compared against Justin Sun. So, Jack Ma. So that's why I said it. So basically, this is for entertainment-based apps. It's database management and user management for apps. That's what this essentially is. But it's quite sexy. It's had like glamorous kind of profiling on the founder. People are liking it. It was a good ICO price. And so, you know, but when you look at it's on 100 billion supply, it's just so off-putting. I don't like it at all. You know, so, I mean, I know that really what counts is the market cap, because this is what, you know, places it against the other cryptocurrencies competitively. But I don't think the multipliers are there. The multipliers have been had. I don't think it's that great a product. I don't think it solves a massive pain. And I know that, you know, Justin Sun has created like a Snapchat-based app, or Snapchat, like quite a popular app, and has already got millions of users. I just don't see the sexiness in it, personally. That's just my personal opinion. New HTML. HTML coin is just so confusing. Yeah, you won the Twitter poll, but it's just confusing. It's I don't really understand why people actually are in the community personally, but maybe I'm wrong. What are your resolutions? My resolutions are essentially to keep holding, even though there may be times where, you know, you really have to fight tooth and nail with, you know, your brain and think, is this really likely to go up anymore? Is it? I mean, this is what Jerry Banfield did. He sold his Dash because he thought the bubble was going to burst. He couldn't resist the temptation to cash out, so he cashed out. But where he could have made a SH ton of money. But, you know, you do these things. So really it's to build on my resolve. Personally speaking, I don't know really. Maybe to, I don't know. No, I haven't got any personal resolutions. Maybe to get to 1 million subscribers on YouTube. I think how cryptocurrency improves over the course of the year, it could very well happen. But I don't know. It all depends really on how active I stay on YouTube versus doing courses. So I'd like to have another 3 courses out over the course of the year. Be more helpful. Any more questions? OMG mooning. It's not a surprise. It is going to happen. Does NLC2 still have life in it? Yes, it does. I mean, if you look at the list that I showed you, a lot of it is based on speculation. A lot of it is based on perceived value. Now, you've got to have a look and see how the fantasy sports market, how big a market that is, but you've got to see the implementation. what counts with cryptocurrency to realize its speculative value is for them to implement the vision. If they can implement the vision and get amazing results out of it, then yes, I think it does have legs. But I think really that my favourite pain point for next year is this one, without a shadow of a doubt. Oh my god, it's gone up to 292. Nice. Nice. Look at that. 21,000 sats. It's amazing. That's really gone up. So Ethos is really the one that I see has the best pain point. And hopefully a load of people got into it yesterday, because yesterday it was $2.20. So it's gone up a huge amount since yesterday. So I hope you guys did get into it. Let's have a look and see how QuantStamp's doing, by the way. I do like to see... Oh, wow. Look at that. Jesus. This was 20 cents yesterday, wasn't it? 19 cents, 20 cents. Now it's 32 cents. Nearly doubled. Sweet as. Sweet as. Look at that. Beauty. Yeah. Look at that. Yesterday, it slumped down to 20 cents. Yeah, so it's gone up 12 cents. Sweet. Nice. And I think it's just a flavour of what's coming up for the year. So this is it, guys. This is it. 2017's over. Peeps, over. You know? That's all it really is to say. And it's been an incredible year. But it's not even been what I think will be the best year in cryptocurrency. That year is next year. And you've already seen that I've shown you cryptocurrencies that have gone from 20 times to 2,900 times the investment if you put it in this time last year. So next year I think is going... This year I think was like turbo growth. Next year, I think it's going to be like insane hyper growth. I think that more people are going to enter the market. I think that people are actually... It's still going to be early next year. I think that even in 2019, it's going to really grow. But next year, I think there's going to be way more awareness. I think on YouTube, that cryptocurrency is going to be quite a big subject. And therefore, there's going to be more people getting into the game. Hopefully, I'll have more students. There'll be more people knowing how to get into the game. Hopefully Ethos will be around and I'll be showing people how to get into the game in a way that cuts them a hell of a lot of costs, allows them to secure their cryptocurrencies in one place alone. So I think Ethos is going to be a really good bridge and it's going to really enable the hyper growth. So the time to get into Ethos is at the beginning, peeps. It's at the beginning. All right, so don't miss out. I think that's it, peeps. I think that's it. I think you guys are... I think that you guys, if you're following me and if you're watching, you know, daily, then you will get a feel for what's a quality cryptocurrency, what are the kind of cryptocurrencies I personally like. But just because I like them doesn't mean that you don't have to like them. I've covered a load of ICOs. You know, I've covered Spectre, I've covered co-vesting, I've covered Loki. They're also ones that I think are going to do exceptionally well. And I think it's just going to be a great year, 2018. And 2017 has just been so nice, just been so good. I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed being here with you. I really enjoyed kind of being with you from this point, I'd say. I was with you from May. I was with you from May when it was 54 billion, all the way up to now where it's over 10 times what it was. So I've been really thrilled to be with you really during the birth of cryptocurrency, right where it was flatlined to where it's just boomed. And I think that next year we're going to see the market cap going to $1 trillion. So what a year. Can't wait. Can't wait. It's going to be absolutely insane. So that is it, peeps. That's it from me for 2017. So I'm looking forward to seeing you in 2018. I hope that you'll be here. And I thought I would just make a final tribute, actually. So if you guys have been with me in cryptocurrency, you will know that I went to Mauritius in July 2017. And I went there with my parents. I went there with my mother and father. I was there for 2 weeks. It was around about the time that so many, you know, when it was really booming. And I was on holiday, as you guys will probably know, and I was with my mother, and this is me and my mother in Mauritius. And unfortunately, at the end of that holiday, she passed away. She passed away on the final day of the holiday, and I was not... What was I going to say? And I wasn't really around on YouTube for the first couple of weeks of August because she died on the 30th of July. So it was horrible. I haven't told many people. Some of my students will know. But yeah, she passed away, and it hit me really hard. And today's her birthday, so this is why I'm bringing her up. So happy birthday, Mother. Hope you're having a party up there. That's it, peeps. So hopefully 2018 will be a better year. Don't mean to be a baby, but you know, sometimes, you know, when somebody is important to you, like my mother was, she was my best friend. When they pass away, it hurts, particularly on their first birthday. So anyway, have a great New Year, peeps. Hate to end it on a bad note, but you know, sometimes bad things do occur. So thank you very much for being with me this year, peeps. I've really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed being here with you. So I hope that you continue to stay around, peeps. And I'll see you next year. See you next year. It's lights out, all out.